What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today, we're going to be looking at Iggy Scorch. Haven't played this character in a while, so I was thinking I should make a deck before I get back out there with Iggy Scorch, or him. I never figured out if it's a boy or a girl, but whatever. Iggy. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. This Iggy's Corruption and Fury. So I started off with the Archmagus. I wasn't with the Centurion, but I figured the extra damage would be good considering the way that I build Iggy. So we're going with the Archmagus, the 65 energy damage, 100% bonus damage once you get that prime buff. The consumables I left pretty bare. You can fill, I might fill out a couple of things, like I might put that in there, maybe Fiend's Elixir, Barrier Token just to fill it out. But for the most part, I'm going to keep it pretty basic. Go with Health Potion, either 2 mana potions or a mana potion and Scout's Ward, depending on how I'm playing her, because sometimes I want to play her aggressive because she can push a lane pretty well and be fairly safe if you have your terrors out. If somebody really wants to fight you, they're really going to have to try to get you, you know. So it depends on how you want to play. So sometimes I go health potion, 2 mana potions. If you want to be a little safer, go with the health potion, mana potion, Scout's Ward. So that's the consumables. Cast token, all this other stuff, you can use it at your discretion. Barrier token gives you energy armor. Cast token, extra damage. Fiend's Elixir, for the next 15 seconds, you gain 2.28 mana regen and instantly restore 12 mana upon receiving energy damage. So if you are laning against a energy enemy at all, whether that be Murdoch, Gideon, whoever, these 2 cards may be beneficial to you, but it's up to you how you want to build. Now, as we get into equipment, I never really used this card before, but I've tried it out in the Iggy deck. These are in any order as usual. So the Burn Blood Powder. Now this card gives you 6.5 energy damage, 2.5 cooldown reduction, and 5.5 attack speed. And I equipped it with a cast and then 2 chronos, giving me 15% cooldown reduction. Now at first I was going to go really heavy with the cooldown reduction for Iggy, but I ended up changing my mind, and I think I'm going to keep it at about 17.5 cooldown reduction, something around there, 18% cooldown reduction, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So here's the Elder Mage Amulet. Now this is a 12-point card here. That's the 6.5 energy damage, 100 health, and once you fully upgrade it, you get another 200 health. And I equipped that with 2 major casts and a greater health. So right there, that's 600 health that it gives her. Now that's one of my 12-point cards. I have 3 12-point cards in here, and it's up to you if you want to use how you want to do that. I usually go with the Elder Mage Amulet and then the Ring of Domini, because Drinkless Spears is okay, but it's not as viable as I thought it would be. You're not getting back a lot of health. Now, I'll read this card to you. So it's 100 health, 75 mana on minion kills or player kills or assists. Heal for 5% of the killed unit's health over 10 seconds. So I mean, it's not bad. It just isn't as good as I thought it would be. So this is completely optional. I keep it in the deck because I like to play around with it here and there. And I equipped it with 2 greater health and a greater mana. But I usually go with the Ring of Domini over Drink of the Spirits. This one's 100 health, 75 mana, and the passive is 10% bonus damage to minions. I go with this because it just helps you maintain your lane, push lanes, or defend lanes, because, you know, your enemy's going to have minions to push your lane unless you're just going to dive it, which they may. And if they do, that's when you ult on them and you push them out. But I like this because the bonus just seems more useful. Like getting back 2 health over, you know, because I think when I was using Drink of the Spirit, I was getting like 2 health ticks back, so it's not great. I equipped this with 2 greater health and a mana, so that gives me a pretty good mana, mana, and it gives me good health there. Now those are my 12-point cards. Let's go back and look at the rest of the 9-point cards. So I go with the Lord's Ward. I recommend keeping a ward in every deck. I think I say that every video, so sorry for repeating myself, but I do. I believe you need them. So 75 mana, 100 health, 2.5 cooldown reduction. I equipped this with 2 health and a mana. I like to stack mana up and health because I want Iggy to be kind of tanky, but I also want her to have that mana so she can stay out and, you know, keep up the good fight. I went with the Staffs of Adamant. Attack speed isn't really big on Iggy, so I just went with pure attack, just energy damage, and health, because, yeah. So let's see. Staff of Adamant, 6.5 energy damage, 100 health. I equipped that with 2 casts and a health, giving her 300 health when that card's maxed out. The second staff of adamant is exactly the same. And then I went with the tempered plate. Now the tempered plate I put with 2 guards and health. Now this card gives you 22 physical armor, 100 health, and then 44 physical armor once you max it out. Then I put that with 2 more guards, giving me that 44 or 88 extra energy or physical armor. Now I go with this because, like I say, physical champions are usually what I have the issue with. Now, if you want to put a tune barrier in there, or a tune plate in there, tune barrier, I think it's tune barrier, the energy armor card, you can do that, because if you think you're gonna have trouble with that, you know, especially if you have like a Grandma Murdoch who's gonna be shooting across the map, you can put those in there. I'm not saying don't, but with my health, I'm not too worried about the energy casters or the energy carries too much. It's the physical people that usually seem to be dominating in the game right now, honestly. So that's why I chose to build this way. So that is my deck as of now. These will equal up to 60 cards as long as you use 2 of the 12s, and then the rest of the 4 will be 9, so that'll equal out to 60 card points. Let's go ahead and take a look at her moveset. Alright, so Iggy Scorch. She has the Molotov as her basic attack, so deals 35 energy damage and leaves a pool of fire on the ground where it lands that applies burn to enemies that touch it. The Molotov will also ignite any oil patches that it hits. So keep that in mind, that it'll ignite any oil patches, because that comes in handy later. So we got the Oil Slick. So Scorch gains 120 move speed, max movement speed for 2 seconds, and leaves a trail of flammable oil behind him. The trail can be ignited with fire to apply to burn. So now this is good, because it not only does it help you get away, but it leaves out oil behind. So if somebody is chasing you and they have to like chase you through a turret, your oil will ignite that, or your turret will ignite that oil, and boom, they're taking turret damage and oil damage. So it's very good. She's very good at hitting people with bursts of damage. You know, they don't really see it coming sometimes, especially if they're not familiar with Iggy and Scorch. So very good escape, and it also surprises them with a little bit of damage. Next we got the Flame Turret. So Flame Turret, I love this because this can just stop movement in the lane, period, and it can just maintain a lane. Iggy doesn't have to be there. You know, it's ridiculous how viable these things are. So Iggy throws out a turret that deals 200 energy damage over 200 seconds. Turrets have limited fuel and will prioritize. I keep wanting to say pulverize, but prioritize targets that Iggy is damaging. Leveling up this ability will allow Iggy to place more turrets in the world. So I like that, because you know, you can have 3 turrets out there just going to town on somebody, especially if they decide to chase you, and it does a lot of damage. And it just maintains the lane so easily. You know, you can push a lane, maintain a lane, keep people from pushing. I mean, the Flame Turret is just ridiculous. Oil Spill, this is where she spits out, or Scorch spits out a glob of oil. And then if you throw a Molotov, you throw your flame turrets, any fire that you have will ignite it, and it does a nice bit of damage. Right here it says 80, but as you level up, of course, it does more damage. And it's a nice bit of burst damage. It can really surprise some people. And now her ultimate, the Flame Belch. So Scorch spews flame from its mouth, dealing 450 energy damage over 2.5 seconds and applying burn. At the end of the duration, Scorch belches and enemies in the cone are knocked back. So I like this move because it does a lot of damage, but it can also get people off of you. So let's say you're not trying to kill anybody, you just want to escape. This move will help you escape, because it deals a lot of damage. At the end, it knocks people back, giving you a chance to run out of there. But you can also use it to kill people. I mean, it does a lot of damage, actually. So very good. As usual, I'll go over what I prioritize. Flame Belch, of course. I mean, that move is ridiculous. When that's not there, though, I go Flame Turret always, and then I go probably Oil Slick, and then Oil Spill. I like this one because it's the escape, so I prioritize that one usually a little bit, and because it has the same effect as Oil Spill, you just have to use it a little more wisely. Because Oil Spill, you just spit it there, you throw the Molotov, boom. Oil Slick, you have to plan it out a little bit better. Hope that the enemy, you know, does what you want them to do, chase you, or whatever your plan is. But I go Flame Turret, Oil Slick, Oil Spill, prioritize Flame Belch. Now, if you're playing more aggressively, you might go Oil Spill. But in any case, people, that's what I have for my Iggy and Scorch. I'm going to start back playing her a little bit. If anybody has some tips or tricks that you would like to share, make sure to throw those in the comments, because I would like to know, so I can be the best Iggy I can be. Also, we got what? 2 more days until the Countess. I'm excited about that. Let me know in the comments, is anybody thinking about maining her? I know we haven't got to see what she does yet, but just by seeing her, because I know as soon as I saw Greystone, I was like, I don't even know what he does. That's my character right there. Is anybody feeling like that about the Countess? Anybody know that she's probably going to be your main, that assassin type character? Is that your play style? I don't know if she's going to be my main, but I definitely want to play with her a little bit, see what she's about. So anyway, people, drop that in the comment. I want to know what you're thinking about her. Now, people, if you liked the video, make sure to drop a like. Subscribe for more content. Share out if you think some other people might like the videos. As always, people, this is Orseofkorse. Thank you for viewing. I appreciate